Good evening. Welcome to the reorganizational meeting of the 52nd sitting of the Southbridge Town Council here in Council Chambers. I hereby call this reorganizational meeting to order. And at this time, we'll seat the Chairman Pro Tem, actually the Senior Councilor, which will be Senior Member Councilor John Dino. Good evening, Council.
Good evening, Mr. Manager, and thank you. Next order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very good. At this point now, we'll have the swearing in of councilors-elect by the town clerk, Maddie Bonadies.
Thank you. I'd ask that you just come on up, the three. Thank you. We'll just do it alphabetically. So thank you. Please raise your right hand. Do Kathleen Grenier solemnly swear to perform all duties incumbent of you as a councilor at large for the town of Southbridge until June 30th, 2029, faithfully and impartially according to the laws of the Commonwealth, and abide by the charter and bylaws of the town of Southbridge. So help you God.
I do.
Thank you. I just need you to sign your name right there, please. I just need to give you the open meeting law and the conflict of interest, so can you just sign right there, please? Just right there. Thank you very much, and congratulations to you. Thank you. Kid, raise your hand. Do you, Shelley Klein, solemnly swear to perform all duties incumbent of you as a member of the Town Council as a councilor at large until June 30th, 2029, faithfully and impartially according to the laws of the Commonwealth, and abide by the charter and bylaws of the town of Southbridge? So help you God.
I do.
Thank you. I just need you to sign. Please. Yeah, right there. And I also have to give you the open meeting law and the conflict of interest, so if you would just sign right there. Congratulations to you. Thank you. Do you, George P. Steve, solemnly swear to perform all duties incumbent of you as a member of the Town Council, as a councilor at large, until June 30th, 2029, faithfully and impartially according to the laws of the Commonwealth, and abide by the charter and bylaws of the town of Southbridge? So help you God. Thank you. I just need you to sign right there, please. And I also need to give you the open meeting on the conflict of interest. So if you just sign. Thank you very much. Congratulations to you. Thank you.
At this time, we'll now have the invocation as presented by the newly installed pastor of St. John Paul II Parish, the Reverend Carlos Ruiz.
Please stand. Let us pray. Let us call to our midst the holy presence of God. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of this day and for the opportunity to gather in service to the people of Southbridge. We ask you for your blessing upon the members of this town council, our town officials, employees, first responders, volunteers, and all those who work for the good of our community. Grant wisdom to those who make decisions, patience in times of difference, and courage to do what is right and just. Bless our families, our schools, our local businesses, and all who call Southbridge home. May those who are struggling find hope, those who are burdened find strength, and those who serve others find encouragement. Guide us in building a community. May our efforts contribute to the common good and reflect our desire to build a better future for generations to come. In your name we pray, amen.
Thank you, Father Carlos. At this time now, we'll have roll call. Madam Clerk.
Counselor Adams. Present. Counselor Daniel.
Present.
Counselor Grenier.
Present.
Counselor Kelly.
Present.
Counselor Klein.
Present.
Counselor Lazo.
Present.
Counselor Montigny.
Present.
Counselor Steves.
Present.
Counselor Provost.
We have 9 present and a quorum. At this time now, nominations are in order for the office of Chairperson of the Town Council. Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Chairman. Through you, it'd be my honor to nominate Councilor Dave Adams for Chairperson of the Council.
Second. There's a motion by Councilor Kelly, a second by Councilor Lazo for Councilor Adams. Are there any further nominations? Are there any further nominations? If not, nominations are closed. A vote will now be taken by roll call, during which each councilor, when called upon, shall state their choice for the office of Chairperson of the Town Council. Madam Chair. Madam Clerk.
Thank you. Counselor Daniel, we'll start with you.
Adams.
Thank you. Counselor Grenier.
Adams.
Counselor Kelly.
Adams.
Counselor Klein.
Adams.
Counselor Steves.
Adams.
Counselor Provost. Counselor Lazo.
Adams.
Counselor Montigny.
Adams.
Counselor Adams. Thank you.
There being 9 votes for Councilor Adams, he is therefore elected as Chairperson of the Town Council.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for nominating me and electing me as your chair tonight. I'll keep my words brief. Just want to say thank you to the individuals out there, the residents, for continuing to trust in me to do the right thing for the town. And I want to thank all the department heads who continue to show support, just not for me, but for the town council. And thank you to the town councilors for nominating me tonight and overwhelmingly supporting me. Thank you. Agenda item number 8, now open the election for vice president. Councilor Lazo.
I take great pleasure in nominating Councilor Kelly in his years of service. You've done a great job. I think you're going to be a fine leader. I nominate Mr. Kelly.
Very well.
Second.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? There are no more nominations. I'll close that election or the nomination period. Roll call.
Counselor Lazo.
Kelly?
Counselor Montigny.
Kelly.
Counselor Adams.
Kelly.
Counselor Daniel.
Kelly.
Counselor Grenier.
Kelly.
Counselor Klein.
Kelly.
Counselor Steves.
Kelly.
Counselor Provost. And Counselor Kelly. Thank you.
Overwhelmingly 9-0. Congratulations. While the new vice chair finds his seat right next to me over here, we want to do the adoption of permanent seating with Madam Town Clerk.
so I think you all have to get up and go over there.
If I ask that all the counselors come up, and we'll just do it alphabetically.
You can stay.
And then,
Thank you.
Hazel. All right, perfect. Counselor Daniel? Counselor Daniel has picked seat number 2. Oh. Okay. Counselor Grenier? Counselor Grenier has picked seat number 5. That's over here, Dave. Dave, it's over here. Yeah, it's a seat after Jack. Yeah, right there. Counselor Klein? Counselor Klein has picked seat number 3. Counselor Lazo? Counselor Lazo has picked seat number 1. Counselor Montigny? Counselor Martigny has picked seat number 7. Counselor Provo? Yes, Counselor Provost has picked seat number 4. Counselor Steve, you can peek if you want. 6. Counselor Steves has picked seat number 6. Excuse me? Yeah, because one seat over, yes.
Just slid it over for you.
Very nice.
Make sure it's your name.
I knew I was going to do that. Thanks, son.
Okay, thank you, Madam Town Clerk. Agenda item number 10, confirm the reappointment of Sharon Morset as the recording clerk for the Town Council.
So moved. Second.
First and second, discussion. All those in favor? Unanimous of all present. Number 11, before I read this motion off, I just want to be transparent with the community. So this says the vote to appoint a clerk for the town council. Under the charter 243, counselor now, Shelley Klein brought up the fact that within our charter, not only do we have to appoint a recording secretary, we also have to appoint a town clerk per se, recording clerk. So we've never done that whatsoever in this town that I'm aware of, at least since I've been here for 8 years now. So the motion to accept this, we're at this point in time, I've sat down with the town manager, Councilor Klein as well, spoke about this, referred this to the legal counsel to ensure that we're doing this properly since we've never appointed this clerk before. So the difference between this clerk and let's say the recording secretary works for the town council. This clerk also works for the town council. We do not have any type of job description. We do not have anything, history on this whatsoever. Some towns accept this, some towns don't, but it's in our charter. And under our rules and regulations, it's under a different name, recording clerk. So we want to make sure that whatever we're doing here tonight, and this is to the town council, they do it properly. So I'm going to, at this point in time, I can read this off and I can ask for a postponement until we get legal ramification on this. So, go ahead.
Just a point of information, the clerk was always the town manager back in the day, but the charter has changed over the years. But back in the 80s, it was always the manager through the 90s. I don't know if that's still in the charter.
Thank you, Counselor. So, during the last charter review, they talked about putting, as I think at a point, and former Counselor Clements can talk on that as well, utilizing the town manager for that. But specifically within a lot of the rules within the state of Massachusetts, it is not the town manager. Specifically, they want that person, whoever fills that position, to be autonomous to the town manager, wants to work straight for the town council, just to ensure that the minutes are being done properly, making sure everything, that we're following Robert's Rules of Order, that we're doing everything legally at this point in time. Thank you for the clarification. But I do know they attempted to put the town manager, at least they talked about it, and then it was struck out if you look at the old notes from the Charter Review Committee from 2020, 2021, 2022. So at this point in time, yeah, absolutely. State your name, please, and address.
Clements, thank
Yep.
you. 128 Country Club Place. First Amendment stuff, but that's okay. It had always been the town manager. We didn't just say, oh, we're not going to do the town manager. The clerk, to our understanding, as it was explained by numerous people that we had interviewed, and it had said that, usually town manager is somebody who's basically a confidential clerk, somebody who's going to keep the records proper and keep them close at hand. It's not something that our town clerk would handle because this is specific to the town council. So, in the old days when I was around, Yvonne Tortoise, of course, kept all the records for people and knew where everything was. She was the admin to the town manager, and she just made sure where things were and that we had access to them. And being a confidential clerk was important because obviously you're handling executive session minutes. So those are some of the things we talked about a little bit that I had expressed when you asked. But again, it was my opinion at that time, based on the year and a half we spent going over a number of things and the historical perspective that a lot of people had given me, was that it needed to be something close by, and that the reason we just weren't saying is the town manager doesn't necessarily have the time and energy, the time, and he or she has many more things to do than to keep track of our records. So that's why it was suggested, again, that it just stay from somebody within the office to make sure they knew where everything was. It's not that they were necessarily the person who makes sure your minutes were right. Your recording secretary does that, as do you. You vote on that. It's not up to the clerk. It's up to you guys to make sure your minutes are correct and done timely, and it's up to the chair to make sure the executive session minutes are done and done timely. Anyway, that's just a long short of it. Good luck with it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Done proper.
No, thank you very much, Mrs. Clements. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a quick question. I don't know if Denise can answer this or you can, but
Yep.
could we appoint the office of the town manager
Say
to
that
do
again,
it?
please.
Is this something that do we have to actually appoint a person to do it, or can we appoint the office of town
No.
manager to do it?
No, according to the charter, it is a person.
It has to be a person.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think it's best that we seek legal counsel, and even a charter review committee down the road or a commission needs to take a hard look at it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Does the town of Southbridge actually need this position whatsoever? Because they could provide a cost to the budget for a position.
Because I know in most of the towns that have selectmen, they'll have one of their own members do it. But in practice, it's just a formula, because I don't think they really do much of anything.
Well, I think there needs to be a whole gamut, taking a look
Yeah.
at it from the charter to our rules and regulations of the town council. Any other discussion on this? Take a motion to postpone this
So
for
moved.
legal.
Second.
Very well. Any discussion on it? All those in favor? 9-0. Thank you. And number 12, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Take a 10-minute recess. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Town Council meeting, Monday, July 6, 2026, 7 p.m., here in the Robert McKinnon Council Chambers. Agenda item number 1, Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda item number 2, Madam Secretary, roll call.
Counselor Adams.
Present.
Counselor Kelly.
Present.
Counselor Daniel.
Present.
Counselor Grenier.
Present.
Counselor Klein.
Present.
Counselor Lazo.
Present?
Counselor Montigny.
Present.
Counselor Steves.
Present.
Counselor Provost.
Present.
Thank you. We have a quorum. Agenda item number 3, consider and accept the meeting minutes of June 15, 2026.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion?
I just have one
Counselor
comment.
Steves?
I know I can't vote on it because I wasn't there, but I just wanted to point out in item number 29, it states that it passed unanimously 8-0-1, but it also says that Councilor Kelly was opposing.
The what?
It also says Councilor Kelly was opposing. It should be abstained.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. Actually, I had noted that change as well. It says the motion passes unanimously. This is on line 336. The motion passes unanimously by a show of hands, vote 8-0-1, with Councilor Kelly opposing. I was, in fact, opposed to that item, so it should be 8-1-0, and it should not be unanimously should be stricken.
Very well. Thank you. Any other discussion on this? All those in favor?
Abstain. Thanks, Brandon.
Abstain.
So we have a 7-0-2? All right. Number 4, subcommittee reports. Department of Public Works. We'll go back to the last session. Items number 32 through 45 were discussed on the DPW meeting held on June 25th, and we'll discuss it further once we get to that point. Education and Human Services.
I believe we had a meeting and there will be some items on there tonight, some transfers, I think.
Thank you, Councilor Montigny. General Gov.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. We had a meeting 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, I don't have the date off the top of my head, but we voted on items 8, 14, and 26 through 31.
Very well, thank you, Councilor. Plan and Development.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, we had a meeting on Thursday, the 25th of June. There were 7 items, numbers 9, 15, 16, and 46 through 49 that were discussed.
Thank you, Councilor. Just for the record, all 4 of these meetings were held on the 25th of June. Protection of Persons and Property did not have a meeting, nothing to report at this time. Number 5, Chairman's announcements. So I just wanted to go over really quick. I don't want to spend too much time up here talking about things that, we'll talk about a few things that are going to happen in the future that I would like to see along with the town council. But I wanted to let the councilors, if you guys can send me what subcommittees you would like to be on by tomorrow, that'd be great. I'd like to announce it to the public by Thursday of this week so we can start getting the subcommittees going. Thank you. Just citizen members, if I know there's a lot of interest forms that are already out there. If, again, we're running against time. We want to make sure that we have plenty of citizen members up there. If you would like to volunteer to be on one of the subcommittees, please put your interest form into the town manager's office, and then it'll be up to the subcommittee chair and the councilors to recommend you up to the town council, ultimate town council with the decision. Just want to let everybody know that on our next regular scheduled town council meeting, which will be at the end of July, I will be reading off, in general, the goals and objectives and the overall average score of the town manager for fiscal year 26. And the town manager and I have just quickly discussed that we'll be sending out goals and objectives for fiscal year 27 to the councilors probably in the next couple of weeks, so we can start working on those and get those pushed through the town council in hopefully in August. some of my personal goals, just to let everybody know, is the firefighter contract. I know that's been a subject, but I also have to give the opportunity for the town manager and the union negotiators that time period to figure out what they would like to see forward and bring it to the town council. The town manager and I have already had a discussion at our next town council meeting to have an executive session so we can get the new councilors spun up on the negotiations and then just get the rest of 6 of us spun up as well. During this next 12 months, I'd like to be able to see the animal shelter move forward in whatever way it may be. And I'll be working with Councilor Lazo as the chair of that committee to see what our next steps are on that. Also looking at long-range plans for the firefighters and the police department as far as its manning, along with its table of organization and its equipment. I personally will be working on some local abatements as we did last year. We just doubled up the local abatements for seniors and the blind. 2 years ago, we did that with the veterans. I'd like to take a look at the local clauses that many towns have already accepted and see if there's anything else in the overlay budget that we can accept. Obviously, with the ballot question being passed and recommended to the town council, we'll be addressing the regional dispatch very, very soon, along with the regional health. I am looking at updating the rules and regulations for the town council. It's been 3 years since the last time we did it. Times have changed, so should the rules and regulations if needed. DESI, along with the receiver and the school board, have already reached out, had conversations, and working on the receivership and bringing the schools back over here. It's been a long time coming. It doesn't mean just if it happens this year that it was this town council. A lot of town councils have been working this over the years, and so I appreciate all their work and efforts to get us to this point where we're at, along with the school board. We're also going to be looking at school building committee because of the master plan. We got to start taking a hard look at what schools need to stay open, what need to be closed, or how the plan will be. We're always looking for volunteers, residents of this community, to volunteer your time for the boards and commissions within this community. Every time we send stuff out like this, we get 2 or 3. We'd like to keep doing that. We do have holes in the system, and we'd like to fill those holes with you as residents to make decisions and recommendations on your government and on your town as well. At this point in time, I'd like to suspend the rules at 5A to add in the town manager's announcement. Somehow we missed that, and want to add that in there.
So moved.
Second?
Very well. Any discussion on that? All those in favor? Suspending the rules and adding the town manager's announcement. Mr. Town Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First off, to the new members of the council, welcome. Those members that are returning, again, welcome. So to the newly elected councilors, Grenier and Klein, congratulations, and welcome back to Councilor Steves. First, just really want to congratulate you and thank you for your willingness to serve. Choosing to step forward for public service is an important commitment, and your decision to contribute your time and perspective to the future of our community is truly appreciated. I know firsthand that serving on the town council is both an honor and a privilege, which also brings with it a tremendous amount of responsibility. Under our form of government, the council plays a vital role in setting policy, establishing community priorities, adopting the annual budget, and ensuring that municipal government remains focused on the needs of our residents. As town manager, my responsibility is to work with you to carry out those priorities, manage the day-to-day operations of the town, oversee our dedicated municipal employees, and ensure that services are delivered both effectively and responsibly. Our town has many of the same opportunities and the challenges that face many of the municipalities across Massachusetts. We need to maintain aging infrastructure, invest in public safety, support economic development, plan for the future growth of our community, manage ever-increasing rising costs, all that while still continuing to provide high-quality services and be responsible with our taxpayer dollars. Our relationship is critical and must be built on communication, trust, respect for each other's roles, and a shared commitment to the residents we serve. The council sets the direction. My administration works to implement that direction in a professional, efficient, and transparent manner. One of the most important responsibilities that we have is planning for the future, as the chairman stated. Strong communities do not wait for those challenges to become emergencies. Through thoughtful budgeting, capital planning, and strategic decision-making, we can continue to strengthen our infrastructure, support our great employees, and improve the quality of life that we have here in Southbridge for our residents. To you, councilors, as always, my door is open at any time. Many of you know that you can just walk in and have a conversation with me, and I encourage you to come and ask questions, engage with the process, and that I truly value and respect your perspectives and your experiences. My staff is here to provide information and support you as you make the important decisions on behalf of our community. Local government, as said many times, is where decisions truly make a difference in people's lives. And we are fortunate to have residents that are willing to step up and to serve Southbridge. I look forward to collaborating with all of you, this council, our community, as we continue to move Southbridge forward. And to the point of some just quick updates to what the chairman stated, school building, we will be formulating two building committees, one based on the school facilities studies that was conducted. We've had extensive conversations, or I have, with the receiver superintendent, and it was agreed upon after the election and the seating of a new council, as well as the re-election and seating of the school committee, that we would begin to work on that important endeavor. We will also be formulating a town building committee. That town building committee will be to study the feasibility analysis that was conducted on the town hall and the improvements and the vital infrastructure improvements that are needed here in the town hall. I'll set out a formal announcement for the next meeting that will cover, according to our bylaw and charter, the requirements to be on those building committees. In regards to the two initiatives, along with the vote from the residents in anticipation of the town council possibly taking action to move forward with the regional dispatch, I have drafted and sent out to the chiefs a detailed memo as to the information for them to provide as updated, so that we can be prepared to move forward with the town council for their consideration. And hopefully we'll have that within the next couple weeks and schedule it through the town council subcommittees and then bring here to the full town council. In regards to boards and committees, like the chairman stated, we have received numerous responses from individuals willing to step up and take roles in our community. Thank you for that. Tonight we have several confirmations, and upon approval of those confirmations, my staff has been instructed to update the list and distribute it to the town council and the community by the end of the week on all the other available boards and commissions that we'll have pending. If you are interested or just have questions about different boards or committees, feel free to contact my office. Welcome a conversation. We have several road projects and projects that are continuing. The East Main Street, which has been the subject of numerous issues and complaints. We have worked with the DPW director in regards to the manholes. The final pavement was scheduled to be done tomorrow and Wednesday. However, because of the rain, I'm sure that's going to be delayed. Hopefully that will be completed this week with the final payment, and then the markings would be conducted at night on Wednesday. It was anticipated Wednesday and Thursday nights, but I anticipate that schedule will move due to the weather, just like the airport is wrapping up some markings up there on that runway project, and that's been delayed numerous times due to weather. Regards to the River Crane project, construction continues on phase 1 in the areas of Hamilton and Crane Streets. Happy to report, after much feedback relative to the intersection at Hamilton and Crane, that was reconfigured and widened, as well as a bump out that was further down on Crane Street that didn't make sense to any of us. That was moved back to make it a regular straight line. Our concern will be speeding on that road, because that will be a cut through, and we're already noticing some traffic that goes a little quickly. But that should wrap up, and hopefully it will be completed by the end of July. Construction on Phase 2, which is the second half of that, had been delayed because of National Grid and the utility pole that needed to be moved. And we're working with National Grid and the contractor to get that done. I did receive an email late today that says they will be returning on July 15th to do any work that available in that area, and then that will be wrapped up hopefully this summer. So East Main Street, River Crane, Phase 1 and 2 should be pretty much wrapped up by September. North Street is ongoing as well, and we are working with the contractor on that. There was some water gate valves that we replaced. All the side streets have had their first course of payment done. It does look pretty good down there, and those streets and those sidewalks are being installed. We do have a motion on later on to do some additional sidewalks, and that should be completed by the end of July as well. So hope is to wrap all of these up and then move into planning for some additional streets, side streets that we can, because coming on the heels of this will be the downtown tip project. Just want to make everybody aware that while we're in public, that tip project in the central core is going to necessitate road closures, traffic issues, so be prepared. I do have a meeting with DPW, Economic Development, the Police Department tomorrow relative to the traffic patterns. The contractor was requesting to close Central Street totally down, but we have businesses there that we have to take into account, and we're working with them relative to that. So it's pretty extensive things going on as we continue, and that's just a real brief update as to what we will be working on. I do want to thank you all for the extensive agenda. Normally we would only have probably one item for the first meeting, but due to the staff who we've had to move things over, and I indulge you to pass these items so that we can close the end of the year on a good note. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Town Manager.
Can I ask a quick question, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, real quick.
Through you to the manager. Do you have a rough time frame of when the TIP project will actually start?
The TIP project?
Yeah.
After the meeting, they'll give us a timeline. I can update you on that. We're looking to start within the next week or so, I think.
The TIP project itself? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, agenda item number 6, presentations. We have no presentation this evening. On to agenda item number 7, citizens forum. If anybody would like to speak to anything that's not on the agenda this evening, please state your name and your address.
Hi, Maureen Doyle, 771 Lebanon Hill Road. And thank you all for paying attention, because I want to say something, but before that, I want to say, you know, the word respect was thrown around a lot and during this past campaign and at the forum and everything. And the best way to show respect is to pay attention to the citizens who come up to Citizens Forum. We put you in your seats, and whether we didn't put you in your seat, you're councilors at large, so you need to pay attention to us. So, but what I wanted to say was I'm very glad that the Conrad Vandal Ramp to Democracy, that I call it, or AKA the handicap ramp, is completed. So I think that's great, and to allow other people to come up here who may not be able to access the stairs and stuff. Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, and congratulations to everybody and to Dave and Steve.
Thank you. Thank you, Maureen. Anybody else? Anybody else? Seeing none?
Sorry for the delay. Denise Clements, 128 Country Club Place. So first let me start off by something that I have said to many people, mostly my children, I think, and it's a quote that means a lot to me, and I feel it's very appropriate for this evening. To whom much is given, much is required. It's a timeless moral principle that stems from Luke. But it's not just biblical and religious. It really signifies individuals that are blessed with greater talents and opportunities and influence over others. And serving their community. So I bring that up because all of you have been elected by the people. The people really came out of this election and showed you what they expected. And so I hope you take that to heart. I just point out that, the concept of stewardess extends far beyond religious teachings, as I said. It's leadership and philanthropy. It forms the ethical foundation for initiatives like corporate social responsibility, wealth redistribution, mentorship, suggesting that privilege is not merely a personal reward, but a mandate to uplift the vulnerable. So I point that out to all of you as you sit in your seats, and for those who, for the first time, took the oath, the card of which I still carry in my bag. And moving on to the next subject of that, our charter, Section 4, General Powers and Duties. A very important section of this charter, and I hope that all of you have had time to look over the charter. It's really not that many pages, 30-something pages, I believe. And I want to point out, for those of you at home that don't know, Section 245, this has always been very important to me. Town councilors shall interact with town officers and employees under the jurisdiction of the town manager solely through the manager, and neither the council nor its members shall give orders to any such officer or employee, either publicly or privately. This prohibition shall not preclude the council or its members from asking questions, seeking information, or conducting conversations with municipal employees. And 246 brings it back around. The council or its members may freely and fully discuss with the manager anything pertaining to the appointment or removal of any town officer and employee, but neither the council nor its members shall in any way dictate the appointment or removal of any officers or employee under the jurisdiction of the manager unless otherwise specified by this charter. I take those to be two of the most important paragraphs in this charter. And for those who've never looked at the charter, it's online. You can find it at the town website. I encourage you all to understand what governs this group. And congratulations. I look forward to a really productive year here in Southbridge and beyond as a citizen who voted. And to that note, we'll go on to something more pleasant. Christmas in July, as Santa, who I've been talking to, likes to say. Christmas in July, we have holiday visions. As you know, I head up holiday visions with a great crew, mostly family members these days, it seems, but we really could use some more volunteers. If you're interested at all in being part of this year's event, then I suggest you go to the to Southbridge Holiday Visions at yahoo.com and send us an email. We can send you information. We do have a web page, a Facebook page, excuse me, at Southbridge Holiday Visions as our Facebook page, and you can see information from previous years. There's lots of information out there, and we'll be happy to explain to you what's going on, how we do it, but it's time now to actually begin, because all those items don't fix themselves, paint themselves, sand themselves, and erect themselves. So we certainly hope we can get some more help this year. We've aged in the last 17 years or so that we've been doing this, not quite as strong. We could use some more hands and some more talent. If you love to paint or get creative, we could really use you. It can be as little or as much time, but we encourage everybody to be our cheerleaders out there, and if you know anybody with some artistic talent who might want to give a few hours or more, tell them to reach out. My phone number is on our Facebook. Feel free to reach out to me directly, or like I said, send an email, and we'll get back to you and move forward with this year's Southbridge Holiday Visions, which takes place the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So, happy holidays.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Good evening. Congratulations to everyone. My name is Helen Boyle, 121 Everett Street. I come before you as the Southbridge Historical Commission Chair. I openly invite all of you to join in at our meetings to see what's going on and see how far we've come with our demolition delay bylaw. It's a very big work in progress, and I look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Very well, seeing none. Go on to agenda item number 8. Vote to confirm the town manager's appointment of Madeline Bonadias as the municipal hearing officer effective July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion, Mr. Town Manager?
This had gone through subcommittee. I had served previously as the municipal hearing officer. Maddie was the backup. Maddie had completed the training, the formal training, and certified, so recommend her for the municipal hearing office. That was previously held by Evelyn Rivera in her office. Thank you.
Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. This matter was taken up by the General Government Subcommittee and unanimously approved for recommendation to the Town Council.
Any other discussion?
Yeah,
Councilor Steves.
can we just clarify a little bit through you to the manager? What kinds of hearings does she hold?
Non-criminal dispositions, that's pretty much what she has. Anything from, for the building inspector issues a fine, somebody appeals it, those type of hearings. That's it. Not parking or anything like that. It's usually not the parking tickets, but any other bylaw violation notices. Non-criminal disposition.
That's it. You good? Anybody else? Okay. All those in favor? 9-0. Number 9, vote to confirm the town manager's reappointment of John Daniel as the town delegate to the Central Massachusetts Regional Planning Committee effective July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Manager, I recuse myself from this vote.
Mr. Town Manager, go ahead.
Thank you. This did go through the Plan and Development Subcommittee. Councilor Daniel did recuse himself at that meeting. This was unanimous of those present. Councilor Daniel has served the important role as the town delegate, as the town manager's appointment to the Central Mass Regional Planning Committee. We are given one regular member and one alternate that can be appointed by the town managers and confirmed by the town council. The other one is through the planning board, and an alternate from the planning board. Any resident in town can apply for that. So we are seeking, their appointment was David Payer as their representative. There is still an opening, anybody that's interested as the alternate delegate, and anybody interested for the town council delegate. Councilor Daniel, through his work through the CMRPC, also was elected to be the area representative through the Central Mass Public
CMRPC.
CMPO, which does a lot of the oversight of our TIP projects, and the fact that he sits on that board saved one of the projects from being moved to a different timeline. So recommend his reappointment. Thank you.
Any questions? All those in favor? 8-0.
801, right?
I'm sorry. No,
Yeah.
Recused.
Yeah.
Number 10, vote to confirm the town manager's reappointment of Joanne Sauvignon as the interim treasurer collector effective July 1st, 2026 through January 11th, 2027, state ethics and good standing.
So moved.
Very well. Very well. Got a first and second.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, this came up last week. Joanne had reminded us that her appointment as the interim expired on June 30th. We're going to need to reappoint her so that she can continue to sign checks and do the treasurer functions while we continue to recruit for the treasurer collector's position. We're actively looking for that position. We have done it through January 11th unless we find a successor in the meantime. So this would give us time to continue that. So I recommend her reappointment. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Town Manager. Any discussion? I just want to thank Joanne because she wears many hats, and her main one really is the ARPA administrator per se, and that position is going to be done here early next calendar year as ARPA funds will have to be utilized and all receipts turned in and all the federal documents have to be submitted, and I think the town has done a pretty good job getting that information out to where it needs to go, but she does, and I highly recommend her at this point in time. Yep.
And thank you to Joanne. We are very fortunate that we retained her on staff to do the ARPA. When our treasurer collector left, we really had a seamless transition because otherwise there are many towns that are outside looking for treasurer collector. It's very difficult to recruit. We will be working to possibly bring a search company forward to help with that. We'll bring that to town council, see if they want to go with that. We're soliciting those proposals now, but we're very fortunate that she was still here and was willing to take on these duties, so we're lucky. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. Number 11, vote to confirm the town manager's reappointment of Virginia Arapo to the Council of Aging effective July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029. State ethics and good standing. I believe this went through EHS. Sir.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
This was recommended unanimously at subcommittee.
Thank you, Counselor. Any discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. Vote to confirm, number 12, vote to confirm town manager's reappointment of Louise Majewski. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. Majewski, boy. All right, to the Council of Aging effective July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029, state ethics and good standing.
So moved.
Very well. HS.
This was
Sir?
also recommended unanimously.
Thank you, Councilor Montigny. Any discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. Number 13, vote to confirm the town manager's appointment of Dr. Travis Gagan to the Board of Health effective July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029, pending state ethics training certification.
So moved.
Second.
I believe that went AHS too, right?
This
Yeah.
was also recommended unanimously at subcommittee. Yep.
Thank you. Any discussion? 9-0? All those in favor, 9-0. You're welcome. I'm going to phone you guys right now. Thank you. Won't need you guys tonight at all. All right, number 14, vote to confirm the town manager's reappointment of Lane D. Wandelier to the Liquor Licensing Board effective July 1st, 2026 until June 30th, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Very well. This went through general, I believe, general gov, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, this matter was brought before general government, and it was unanimously approved 3-0.
Any discussion? All those in favor? 9-0.
Abstention. One abstention.
Oh.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah, were you abstaining?
I abstain.
Yeah, very well. Councilor Lawes will abstain. Thank you very much. 801. Number 15, vote to confirm the town manager's appointment of Arno, please forgive me, Bonfanson.
Bonfanson.
Boy, you guys do really well. I should just have somebody say that when I do this. Thank you very much, Councilor Montague. I appreciate it. As an alternate member, effective July 1st, 2026, and that would be of the Planning Board, July 1st of 2026 through June 30th, 2029, pending state ethics training certification.
So moved.
Second. All right, that went through, I believe, P&D? Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, this appointment was unanimously approved by the Planning Board, Planning and Development Subcommittee.
Very well. We've had a lot of time off here, but thank you. Councilor Steves.
Yeah, just to clarify, if I'm not mistaken, he was a permanent member,
Yes.
and he's now going to be an alternate because Mike Colignesi is now the permanent member.
That's correct.
Okay.
Very well. Did you want to say?
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chairman, just to clarify, Arno had originally declined to be a permanent record.
Yeah.
So then when we appointed him, he then came back and said he'd be willing to serve as an alternate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, any other discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 16, vote to confirm the town manager. I need to recuse myself at this point in time. Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you. Agenda item number 16, vote to confirm the town manager's appointment of Olivia McElroy as a non-resident position to the Economic Development Commission effective July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2028, pending state ethics training. I
So
apologize
moved.
for butchering your name.
Say it loud.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Discussion?
Second.
Mr. Daniels?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you, this was unanimously approved by the Planning and Development Subcommittee.
Town manager?
Thank you. Through you, just for the public, there are two boards that, through the bylaws, allow non-resident members, the Economic Development, if they have ties to economic development in town, and the Airport Commission. So those are the two boards that do allow out-of-town, one out-of-town representative.
And to clarify, that'll still be one vacant seat on that board, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. And that position was previously held by Kathleen Russell from the YMCA, but she moved out of town, left the Y and moved back to North Carolina, so that's why that position was open.
Okay. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor? 8-0.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Number 17, vote to confirm the establishment of a special revenue account to be known as the Community Gardens Fund in accordance with Mass General Law 44, subsection 53, for the purpose of receiving and expending revenues generated from the donations to the town. Further, that all receipts collected in connection with the operation and maintenance of the community gardens shall be deposited into said fund and may be expended without further appropriation for costs associated with the installation, operations, maintenance, repair, and expansion of town community gardens, including equipment, supplies, utilities, and related expenses. Need a motion, a second?
So moved. Second.
Very well. EHS, I believe, Councilor Montigny.
Yes, this was recommended unanimously at EHS.
Thank you. Mr. Town Manager, you have anything for me?
I think
Councilor Steves?
I'm just going to ask a couple of quick questions on it. First off, is there going to be a limit on how much money can be in this account? Is it actually a revolving fund? How is that different?
No,
from
this
a
is
revolving?
just a special revenue account, not a revolving fund. So,
Okay.
in income, outcome, it's just a revenue account, just like we do with rental of facilities and the like.
Okay. Who actually approves its use? You, the Recreation Director, the Recreation Committee?
As far as expenses, it would go
Yeah.
through the normal purchase order request. He would request a purchase order, it'd have to go through town accountant. If it's over a certain threshold, then it would come to me.
Okay, because it does specifically state that does not require any further, what do you call it?
Appropriation.
Any further appropriation, which means
Correct.
it doesn't come to us.
It does not come to the town council.
So it'll go through you.
It'll come to the town.
Okay.
Any other discussion on this? All those in favor? 9-0. Number 18, vote to approve the acceptance of the summer 2026 after-school and out-of-school time grant in the amount of $9,000 for the July through August program period, and to authorize the town manager to execute the required memorandum of understanding on behalf of the town of Southbridge. Allow the town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Second.
Very well, for the second. This went through EHS as well.
Yes, this was not on EHS. This one?
Was this on?
Yeah. Maybe it was at a meeting before. I guess it was recommended because we haven't had anything fail EHS in quite a while.
Very well. Thank you. Mr. Town Manager?
Yeah, through you, just in full transparency to notify the council, I did have to sign this because it had to be returned by June 30th.
Yeah.
It's a grant, money's coming in for this, and it's for them to provide programs through the Cops and Kids and the summer recreation program. We've done this numerous times, but it was time barred that they had to have it back, and they requested that it had to be back by June 30th, and because the meeting got postponed, I did have to sign that on behalf of the town. Just in full transparency.
Thank you, Mr. Town Manager. Councilor Montigny.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No, I was looking at the old agenda. There was a revised agenda for this one with that item.
Yeah, that's right.
You're right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this? All those in favor? 9-0. 19, vote to approve the fiscal year 26 community center transfer requests in the amount of $100 from the account 001549-543000 maintenance of building to account 001549-524200 data processing.
So moved.
Thank you. Go ahead, Councilor
Yeah,
Montigny.
this was recommended unanimously as subcommittee. Yep.
Very well. Councilor Steves?
Yeah, I guess this is a question that applies to that this and the future, all of the other transfers that are pretty much going down the pike here. First off, are these even valid since they were beyond the end of the fiscal year?
Yes.
Do we actually still need to do them?
Yes. You have until July 15th to conduct any end-of-the-year transfers.
Okay.
So,
And going forward, this is kind of a procedural thing. Going forward, is there any way you can take the multiple transfers and combine them into one agenda item, list them separately, rather than having to read them all off individually? Because I know other selectmen and so forth, do it much more easily, like a table format, rather than having to do 45 agenda items that are transfers, just for simplicity's
Go ahead,
sake.
Mr. Town Manager, I'll leave that to you.
I think we welcome that conversation for end-of-the-year transfers, especially when you get to this time of the year.
Exactly.
I mean, we're looking at transfers. I mean, the $100 transfer is only because the Spectrum bill may come in and we might be short a little bit of money, but we want to make sure there's enough. So it's really, it'd be nice to be able to do the end-of-the-year transfers and report back to the council, but that is purely a council decision because we've had many conversations on this.
Yes.
And transparency, and I know how some towns do it, and I think that's food for thought for a more detailed discussion in the future.
Thank you, Councilor Steves. Councilor Lazo.
I do agree with the town manager. They need some history and a little discussion. There's a reason why this is put in there, and it was called oversight and accountability, because there were some things that were going on back in the past before I got here. And when I got here, it changed over, and so I think a further discussion would be welcomed. But there's a reason why it was put in there. We'll talk off camera.
I'm aware of that, actually. I'm just thinking as long as we list them all clearly, we don't have to do 45 agenda items to do it.
Any other discussion on this issue? I would say, yeah, there's a long history, and I'm just repeating everybody else what was talked about, but if you're willing to be a hard charger and step up to the plate and do some of the legwork to get this through general gov, maybe we can have that discussion. I'm honest to any town councilor, if this is a better idea, I've heard from the 15% of certain counts to $100 to $200, and I think a lot of us have been up here for a while to see these transfers from, I believe one councilor said something about there was I mentioned $3 or something like that, and they said there's never been a transfer in that same year. There was like a $2.50 transfer, yeah. 10 cents, I think it was, yeah. But that being said, I think it's for further discussion. I agree with Councilor Lazo on that one and yourself, Councilor Steve, so look forward to any other discussion on that. All those in favor? 9-0. All right. Vote to approve fiscal year Health Department transfer request in the amount of $750 from account number 001512-530000 specialized services to account 001512-542000 office supplies.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion.
This-
Yes, thank you.
This was recommended unanimously at subcommittee.
Thank you, Councilor Montigny. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. Number 21, vote to approve the fiscal year recreation transfer request in the amount of $150 from account 001631-55800 miscellaneous material supply to account 001631-542000 office supplies.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Councilor Montigny, I think there's...
This was also recommended unanimously.
Thank you very much. Any discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 22, vote to approve the fiscal year 26 recreation council on aging transfer request in the amount of $129 from account 001631-521100 natural gas to account 001631-530000 specialized services.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Very well. Thank you. Councilor Martigny.
This is recommended unanimously at subcommittee.
Thank you, sir. Any other discussion?
Just a clarification,
Go ahead,
what
Councilor
exactly
Steves.
is the specialized services that it's paying for? It wasn't listed in the
It's
agenda.
for the Solitude contract, for the res, for the weed control.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Any other discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 23, vote to approve a usage agreement between the Town of Southbridge Recreation Department and the Tri-Community YMCA for summer 2026 pool programming. Allow town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
There we have first and second.
This was recommended unanimously at subcommittee.
Thank you very much. Any discussion? Councilor Steves.
I know, I'm asking a lot of questions, saying.
You don't have a question?
I was curious, back in number 18, is this being paid for by the grant, first of all, that we approved in 18?
I don't believe so.
It isn't. Because it specifically states that they're paying $750 a day for basically 5 days. Why is the deal with the Y, and why aren't we using the petrol pool?
We are.
We are.
It's the Petro Pool, but they are the ones that provide the lifeguards.
Oh,
The
okay.
contract for
So-
the-
so-
for
okay,
the
so it's-
contract for
okay.
the state pool is through the state. The state contracts out the YMCA for the lifeguard services,
Okay.
so we pay for the lifeguard services for the
Okay, because I
YMCA.
know the Y has a pool too.
No,
So-
we use the state pool.
Okay, okay.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 24, vote to approve 2 proposals for yoga at the senior center. One is for a weekly chair yoga class of $50 per class for 50 classes for fiscal year '27 for $2,500, and the other for biweekly chair yoga bingo in Spanish, 50 weeks at $50 per class for 25 classes for fiscal year '27 for $1,250. Allow the town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Second.
Very well. Discussion? Yes.
This was recommended unanimously at subcommittee.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 25, vote to approve the new agreement with Dave's Pest Control for Southbridge Community Center for fiscal year '27. Allow the town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Second.
Very well. Councilman Martigny.
This was recommended unanimously at subcommittee.
Thank you. And this is an amount of $568 total. Councilor Steves.
Yeah, another question, I know. The contract specifies that they're dealing with mice and rats. How much of that is actually an issue at the community center? And how are they actually addressing them? Does anybody know?
I don't know if there's, well, the rodents is probably mice in the area. We did have some mice in the back room with some of the supplies that were back there, but we cleaned a lot of that out. So it's
Okay.
just, it's a preventive. We have a lot of supplies through the hospital for the Tri-Epic. So they attract those kind of rodents, so it's preventative.
And how are they actually preventing them? Because I know I'm concerned about the idea of using anticoagulant rodenticides, because they often don't kill immediately. They get out of the building and hawks and so forth eat them and they die.
I'd have to get further information on that, because I'm not sure. If it's similar to residentials, they just use the cases where they go in, I guess, but I'll have to check on that, I don't know.
Because I know a lot of the places that have those cases they walk into are using those kinds of rodenticides.
Yes, so I'd have to get back to you on that.
Thank you. Any other further discussion? All those in favor?
I'll abstain.
You'll abstain, so I have a 7-0-1, and Councilman Montigny is gone right now, so I believe it's 7-0-1. Yes. All right, 26, vote to approve fiscal year 26 town clerk transfer request for $200 from account 001162534400 election printing to account 001161-571100 conference and meetings.
So moved.
Second.
Very well, first and a second. Councilor Steve. I'm sorry, Councilor Steve. Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. This was unanimously approved, the general government.
Very well. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 8-0. Number 27, vote to approve the fiscal year 26 Police Department transfer request for $1,392 in account, to account 001210-550000 health supply. Hold on. We're not done yet. Gotta go back. I actually had to write a note for myself to go to the next page. From the following accounts, 001210-525300, repair and maintenance of communication in the amount of $1,000, and 001210-558700, non-vehicle parts in the amount of $392.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Very well. Second. Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. This was unanimously recommended by general government.
Very well. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 28, vote to approve the fiscal year 26 Police Department transfer request of $75,500 to account 001210-524200, data processing, and $4,000 maintenance of equipment to account 001210-525100 from the following accounts. Here we go. 001210-530000 special services in the amount of $9,000. 001210-51170 part-time salary in the amount of $8,000. 001210-51300 overtime salary $6,000. 001210-5151-006 salary $15,000. 001210-518-100 witness salary in the amount of $7,000. 001210-519-300 tuition in the amount of $9,000. 001210-5-524300 repair and maintenance building and grounds in the amount of $8,000. 001210-54600 building and grounds maintenance in the amount of $3,500. 001210-550300 safety patrol supplies in the amount of $4,000. 001210-571100 conference and meetings in the amount of $7,000. And 001210-585300 communications in the amount of $3,000.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. And this went through General Gov. Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, this was taken up at General Government and unanimously recommended.
Very well, thank you, Councilor. Any discussion on that? All those in favor? 9-0. All right. Thank you, Councilor Lazo. Anyways, number 29, vote to approve the fiscal year 26 town manager transfer request of $357,342.20 to account Fund 840, which is the stabilization fund, from the following accounts: 001210-511-000 Police Department full-time salary in the amount of $110,000. 001910-519-100 salary reserve in the amount of $198,342.20. 001220-511-000 Fire Department full-time salary $10,000. 001220-511-700 Fire Department part-time call salary in the amount of $9,000. 001-220-515-000 Fire Department holiday pay $10,000. And 001220-518200 Fire Department assignments in the amount of $20,000.
So moved. Second.
Very well. Discussion. Councilor Steves.
Thank you again. I was curious if we could get a little explanation of why there is so much money left in these salary accounts. If you look at the agenda, there's a specific documentation. It says the police department full-time account had $415,000 and plus $198,000 in reserves.
So before that, I want to go over here to Councilor Kelly for the subcommittee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you. This was taken up at General Government and unanimously recommended.
Very well, thank you. Just to the town manager now.
Thank you. So, just real brief conversation. I'll gladly have a conversation off if you like.
Okay.
We are in the midst of 3 collective bargaining agreements.
Okay.
We have had money allocated for all 3 collective bargaining agreements. And as we close out the year and we need to balance out those agreements to make sure that we fulfill our obligations, we are taking any and all monies within those, the dispatch, the police department, and other departments to ensure that we can balance out the end of the year and meet the obligations for all our collective bargaining agreements.
Okay. And how much do we currently have in stabilization?
I had my whole sheets with all of it, and I forgot it on my desk, but I believe there's approximately 5.6 million in there. I can get you the exact amount, but this will go to the stabilization account once we balance out, because we do have those obligations remaining for police and dispatch. as well as future obligations,
Right.
that any money that's left would stay in stabilization. The goal would be if we need to transfer out to balance that out, we'd have that available. Thank you.
Okay.
Are you good?
Thank you.
Any further discussion on this? All those in favor? 9-0. 30, vote to approve the fiscal year 26 administration/town accountant transfer request of $47,100 from account 001132-578100 Town Council Reserve to the following accounts: 019 00000-529100 solid waste collection in the amount of $17,600. 019 00000-530000 specialized services audit in the amount of $2,000. 019 telephone, which is $12,000. 0100000-521100 natural gas, $13,000, and 019 heating fuel in the amount of $2,500.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Very well. General Gov?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, this matter was taken up by General Gov and unanimously recommended.
Very well, thank you. Mr. Town Manager, any other discussion on this? All those in favor? 9-0. 31, vote to approve the fiscal year 26 special article/accountant transfer request of $5,600 from account 001132-578100 council reserve to account 003135-589-000-8121 ambulance billing services.
So move.
Second.
Thank you. Councilor Steves? Councilor Kelly?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. This matter was taken up by general government, and there was a 0-3 vote against recommending this matter to the town council. I'll let the town manager speak on it. I don't know if there's more information.
Yep. The chief is here as well. He can explain it as well. So we did follow up with Comstar. We did provide, I believe you were copied on those emails with some additional information that went to now Councilor Klein in regards to the Comstar contract. There was a portion of the $5,600 that we would need to fund anyway because of our ambulance billing to pay the 3%. There was a change, and we are going back and forth with Comstar as to the agreements to see where we align. We would recommend that this transfer be made as we negotiate that agreement back and forth. But I'll defer it to the chief because he's much more versed on this, and I would do a disservice trying to interpret this complicated, because it is very complicated. So I'll defer it to the chief.
Chief, go ahead.
So again, congratulations to everybody, the newly seated council members and everybody else that's coming back. This is, as the town manager has said, is a complex contract that we have with Comstar and Billing Agency. I just want to do a little historical behind this. Back in 2013, there was an agreement with Comstar Billing, an associated agreement built in within that billing agreement to have a collections agency to go out to people that didn't pay their bills after their first 3 attempts at health insurance. So basically, a person would use the ambulance. They would go, the information would be sent off to Comstar Billing Agency. They would at that point bill it 3 times, and if it was uncollected, it came back to the town for either being written off or it got sent off to the collections agency. Behind the scenes for the last 13 years, this agreement's been in place. Basically, Comstar would handle all the financial, fiduciary transactions behind it. FFR, which is First Financial Services, which is the collections agency, would go out and do their job. They would go out and try to recoup money back to, for revenue for the town. They would basically pay Comstar, and then Comstar would pay the outrageous amount of finance charge that the billing FFR would charge us, which is 33%. So at the end of the day, Comstar handled this entire project for us. Earlier this year in March, I was notified by Comstar that the agreement with FFR, which is the collections agency, and Comstar was going to be eliminated. FFR wanted to go out on their own. We started receiving bills in the treasurer's office, in the accountant's office in March, April, and May about FFR did some collections for us. The deposits were made directly in the town's account. In the invoices that you guys talked about, that you saw that Christine was trying to put through, were the bills from FFR with the 33% that they're looking to get paid for doing FFR, the collections. As we sit today, I do know, we're talking with the town manager and Christine, we do need money to pay for the Comstar portion of it, which is still ongoing. Comstar does really well for us. We collect about 88% of our collections every year. They've been any question that we have on the Comstar side, they've always been very, very quick to respond and give us the appropriate information. So there is a balance that we do need. Annually, we have been doing a transfer to supplement that account because that account is set at a certain rate. I want to give you just a rough idea, $42,000 a year. We pay the Comstar back that money, their invoice for their services. Each year over the last 5 years, with talking with Christine and prior to that with Karen Harnois, we've had to do a transfer to make up the money that we've collected. And that amount goes up and down on the amount of ambulance transfers or transports that we do and the amount of collections that we receive. Now, getting back to the FFR piece, which is, and I agree, I talked with the town manager, I talked with Christine at length, to get the FFR portion paid off to make us a zero, square one. I have stopped all collections right now with FFR because we don't have a contract, which I agree with some of the councils that I spoke with. So, but we do have an outstanding balance with them for that. I think the goal moving forward, actually I've already said this numerous times, is that because FFR went out on their own, we don't have to use them as a collections agency. My recommendation is that we go out for RFP, RFQ on that portion of it, and we move forward. That is if you as the councilors and or the citizens want to be sent to collections agency. That is an option on how we want to move forward. So number one, get FFR, get a collections agency if you guys want to do that. Number two, go out to RFP, which Mr. Jovian and I have already talked about, doing that process if that's what you want to do. But to get back to this original, I agree with the town manager. If you could approve the transfer, we will pay the Comstar piece, which talking with Christine is a little under $1,700, if I'm correct. Was that the number I think?
Approximately, yeah.
Approximately that number. And then the other balance for FFR, I can make them hold that for now until we come up with a decision with how we're going to move forward with, the RFP and potentially just paying that. So that's kind of it. That's a lot that goes on, but that's it in a nutshell of where we're at. So I'm moving for any questions.
Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Chief. I appreciate your comments. I just want to kind of clarify what the issue was, at least for me. I don't want to speak for the other members of the General Government Committee, but for me, the way it was presented to us was that we had a contract with Comstar. As part of that contract, they were going to provide collection services for us. They apparently subcontracted this out to a company called FFR, and then they stopped doing business with FFR, and then FFR continued to do collections, but we do not have a contract with FFR. My concern was that our contract is with Comstar and that the contract included collections. Who or how they subcontracted it out, that's not my concern or the town's concern.
Good point.
That is Comstar's concern. And we should not be paying on our contract more than simply because Comstar made a decision to end a business relationship with FFR. That was my concern at subcommittee. Now, I could support transferring the funds so the funds are available but I would not support that if those funds were going to be used immediately to pay FFR. I don't believe that we are indebted to FFR. I don't believe we have a contract with FFR. And I don't believe they have any business relationship with us. Our relationship is with Comstar.
Just, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah, go ahead,
Just
Chief.
the relationship, FFR pulled away from Comstar. It wasn't a Comstar didn't. So I get what you're saying. I agree, and that's kind of the road we're going down, and we kind of need to come to a solution to what is happening, and I agree.
Oh, thank you. That's all you have right now. Council Klein?
Through you, Chair. Chief Normandin, was the agreement for collections an additional, like an addendum line item on the contract that the town had to approve the invoices going to FFR before Comstar would just send them?
So through the chair, it was a business agreement between FFR and Comstar that had started in 2013.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this? Councilor
So
Steve?
just to clarify, then, we actually have no contact with FFR at all, essentially.
Through the chair, yes, that's correct.
Okay. And if we were, do you have any thoughts on going forward? Do you have any thoughts on what we would be seeking in terms of these kind of collection agencies? I'm not a big fan of collection agencies, but is that something we could do in-house?
Through the chair?
Or is it too complicated?
Go ahead, Mr. Town Manager.
Yeah. Our goal is to pay what we have to on Comstar right now.
Sure.
Keep the rest of the money encumbered while we work through the contracts and how we process collectibles. That's a further conversation that we'd like to bring to PPP about, do we do collections, RFP, do we do an RFP just for ambulance collections? We have numerous other individuals that owe the town money that we need to seek either through a collection agency, people that have not paid for, despite being asked to pay for the airport diner, for instance.
Right.
A former employee that reneged and has refused to pay us her return on an agreement that she had, right? So we've talked about engaging a collection agency, so it's further discussion for that through the council, as well as the whole contract FFR. But Comstar does do the billing. They do an excellent job at the billing, and the percentage that they charge us is very reasonable compared to what some other towns who have gone out for RFP for ambulance billing. So it's a favorable on that. We do have to clarify this whole. And I appreciate the conversation at that to take that, so we could key in on that and do further due diligence on that issue.
Okay.
Councilor Steve, you good?
Yeah.
Councilor Klein? Or did Councilor Lazo, were you? No, Councilor Klein?
I just wanted to get further clarification through your chair. On the contract, under the billing processes, under other, it has FFR Advanced Collection Agency option. So when they offer it as an option, did they ever offer up that it's, I think, 33 1/3% to do the collections?
Through the chair, the original agreement with Comstar in 13, obviously you're looking at the newly revised 2018 contract, which FFR was still the same option as what was from 2013. So at that time, I don't believe there was a negotiation or a conversation with FFR on the percentage rate, which again, I've said it's 33 1/3% on their collections. So it's quite high. That's why I think, at the end of the day, we probably should decide whether we want to do collections and or negotiate with a collection agency that would work better for us.
33 1/3 is actually, that's actually a pretty good rate for third-party collections. But I guess I would ask the town manager, maybe we could have a further conversation about how FFR has been paid previously, if they offset the bills, and if we've just been paying the 33 1/3 all along, and how we accounted for that.
Yeah, we can dig that up. We're doing a lot of research on that, but we just want to make sure we get this transfer because of time. But yeah, it definitely is a project that we have to take a look at.
And the 3% that Comstar is charging is it's a great rate, so.
Right, and that was, through the chair, that was the information that I sought back to the town manager, and hopefully disperse that to you guys, because that is, and with my fire chiefs groups, a lot of these contracts do come into play because a lot of departments run ambulance services through their fire department. That is a really super rate. I do know a few towns that just went out recently and they had low rates and they ended up not getting lower. They ended up paying more in a percentage on their returns on just their general ambulance revenue stuff.
Thank you. You good, Counselor?
Thank you.
Any other discussion on this? Counselor Steves?
Yeah, just one quick question. If we approve this, can we approve this contingent on any FFR payments coming back to us for approval?
We're not going to pay any FFR because it's a contract dispute at this point. We're just going to encumber the rest of the money. We wouldn't spend it.
So what would you be encumbering it for then? I mean, why don't we have a specific amount that we'd be paying for ComStar?
If, in fact, we can't negotiate, I mean, we're going to have to come up with a negotiated agreement. So we would want to make sure we reserve that money available because we know that's the dollar amount. So, but we're not going to make that payment until we get further clarification, and especially with Council Klein's information about, let's see if we have paid what we've paid, because it could be that they owe us money, if we didn't agree to that. So it's a bigger conversation than this.
Okay.
Yeah, Counselor Kelly, thank you.
So just, I want to be clear what we're voting on here. This is just simply the transfer of funds
Right.
from one account to another.
Correct.
My concern is, and I think what our concern at general government, at least my concern at general government, was that, this doesn't seem to be, it doesn't seem to be within our contract with ComStar. But nevertheless, I can certainly support the transfer of the funds, but and that would be with the understanding that that money would not be paid to FFR.
Correct. Yeah.
Without some kind of agreement and maybe approval by this body.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Any other discussion on this? Chief, real quick question. What's the amount due to FFR? Or is it right to ComStar right now? What's the amount that we have to pay ComStar directly to ComStar?
I think it's going to be right around, because if you take, $5,600, what Christine was looking for to transfer, that was to pay both FFR and ComStar. And ComStar, I know, is right a little under $1,700 is what we owe them. And
So we
have
would
a
pay
contract.
them that under $1,700, and then we'd hold off
Correct.
until negotiations with FF.
That would work.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion on this? All those in favor? Opposed? 7-0 I'm sorry, 7-2-0. Councilor Lazo, Councilor Montigny, opposed. All right, 32, vote to approve the fiscal year DPW Town Manager transfer request, the amount of $49,000 from account 001499-511000, salary full-time, to account 001495-513100, overtime snow and ice.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Just to clarify, agenda items 32 through 45 went through DPW subcommittee, whereas favorable recommendations of the town council. Discussion?
Just through you, just for the public. Overtime snow and ice is the dollar amount that, for our staff, for any overtime that they did during the snow and ice storms. This would balance out the snow and ice overtime account. We still, on the other account on snow and ice, have a deficit of approximately $209,000 right now with encumbrances. We did not do any transfers on that portion because the state is reimbursing the town of Southbridge approximately $211,000. So we put that all into a special revenue account for the expenses once that balances out. So we do know we have enough money in that revenue that's coming back to the town, so we will not have to raise it on the recap for tax purposes. So, and snow and ice, as everybody knows, and to new councilors, snow and ice is the only account that you can deficit spend during a fiscal year.
Thank you, Mr. Town Manager. Councilor Steves?
Do you have a rough idea when the state's actually giving us that money?
It's been approved by the state, so we're just waiting on the paperwork to come through.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. Number 33, vote to approve the fiscal year 26 Water Department transfer request, of $10,000 from account 61045053000-91250 capital reserve to account number 6104550-525100 R&M equipment.
So moved.
Second.
We got a first and a second. Any discussion on this one? All those in favor? 9-0. Number 34, vote to approve the fiscal year town manager DPW transfer request amount of $500 from account 0011499-511000 DPW salaries permanent to account 001499543000001 M&I building various locations.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 35, vote to approve the fiscal year 26 town manager DPW transfer request of $250 from account 0014995230000-0428 water/sewer irrigation to account 0014995230000-0001 water sewer various locations.
So moved.
Second.
Very well. Any discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 36, vote to approve the fiscal year 26 town manager transfer request, $10,000 from account 001132-578100, council reserve, to account 001240-511600, inspection salaries appointment.
So moved.
Thank you. Second. Very well. Any discussion? Councilor Steves.
Yeah, just a quick question. How much do we have left in council reserve after all of these? Because we've taken an awful lot out of it tonight.
Approximately 7,000.
7,000? Okay.
End of the fiscal year, though.
That's
That's our
true.
reserve, so.
That's true.
There's not going to be any more transfers from council reserve.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other further discussion? Councilor Klein?
Yes, yeah. Sorry if I missed this, but why are these invoices left from FY25?
We're on FY '26. Which one? We're on agenda item 36.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Any further discussion on this one? All those in favor? 9-0. All right, there it is. Number 37, vote to authorize payment of prior fiscal year 25 invoices for Jacobs in the amount of $189,500 from available funds, a 2/3 required vote.
So moved.
Very well.
Second.
Second. All right, discussion.
Mr. Chairman, if I may.
This is the same question.
Yeah, this
Councilor
will
Klein?
be, this will be
Town manager.
I actually have a substitute motion if I may on this, if I could. But just for the long and short on this is, we discovered an issue through the DPW relative to our invoices to Jacobs, both for FY26, and we discovered some unpaid FY25 bills through that audit that my staff conducted here. It had come to us that the DPW was a little overwhelmed with some of the Jacobs accounts. So we undertook this project, and I really thank both Liza from the DPW, Emma, who's our assistant town accountant, and Callie, our utility billing coordinator. They went through so we had in FY26, all of our operations costs had been accounted for and paid for. We learned that all of the pass-throughs through Jacobs, and Jacobs was a new purveyor for us that started during FY25. Midway through, they came in February, and there were some changes to the way the former DPW director wanted to set up the contract and the way that it ultimately got set up. Previously, Veolia would have a lot of their costs through their regular billing. They managed it, and everything was through that contract. former DPW Director Benoit wanted to separate it and separate out chemicals and some of the other costs. When we learned here that the pass-throughs for FY26, none of them had been paid, and we went through those, we discovered that there was an FY25 operating cost for the operations for Jacobs for the June bill was mixed in with 25, and that there were June invoice or 25 invoices mixed up with FY26. So Callie and Emma went through, and I believe I sent the spreadsheet out to everybody that showed the different accounts. They separated everything into buckets and said, okay, what do we have left that has to be accounted for? So out of the FY25 operating budget, there was monies that we had encumbered, and we were able to pay a portion of the Jacobs operator cost for June out of that encumbered monies, and that left a balance for us of approximately $57,459.01 for that June bill. That left a large portion, or left the balance of the 57 for the operating, as well as a pass-through for numerous different accounts, chemicals, compost, capital, some small capital, to the tune of about $132,000. Those are owed to Jacobs through their pass-through. Originally, we wanted to come to the council and have that paid through, authorized to pay through retained earnings. However, due to the fact that we could not hold the meeting on June 29th, we're unable to pay it through the retained earnings because the retained earnings will have expired as of June 30th. So therefore, our option is we do have this unpaid bill. How do we pay for it? So we're looking to utilize or authorize it, and I have this in a motion I'll pass out if you want to. I passed it that way, right? Oh, did I already pass it on? Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't realize I already passed it out. So we want to pay as much as we can out of the FY26 Sewer Enterprise Fund, and then any balances left come back to Town Council, if necessary, to take out of the FY27. We would only do that if we do not have enough in that account. So that is the long and the short of that exercise. It was a lot of untangling of these invoices. We have come up with a plan through DPW. Now they have an additional staff person down there. Francine has transitioned down there to assist in the accounts payable. And then up here in our office with Callie taking on the utility billing coordinator to cross-check and make sure that we're having this accountability. And we do have a meeting set up going forward with Jacobs to discuss their billing, to make sure they're billing everything into the proper accounts. Certainly inexcusable that this occurred. I have talked to our staff to make sure that it doesn't happen again. However, we do have to take care of this invoice. So,
Thank you, Mr. Town Manager. Discussion.
A couple of questions, if I'm understanding you properly. First of all, how does this affect the sewer rate?
it won't affect the rate at all.
It won't at all?
No, because we're using existing budgeted amounts that are either left over.
Okay.
And there's a transfer next coming up for the compost within the FY26 budget as well.
Right.
So it's not going to affect rates. We're not going to increase rates.
Okay.
It's simply using the FY26. If necessary, come back with FY27 if necessary. That wouldn't affect FY27.
Okay.
The money we were going to use from the retained earnings, which was approximately about was that 189,000 is now returned back to retained earnings. So we will have a retained earnings balance of $1,924,086 that is available to be recertified, plus any revenues over expenses that we had this year for retained earnings.
So with the extra money that, when they do certify those retained earnings, will this 189 grand be put back into the enterprise fund?
No, because, no, we're using enterprise funds now. We're using all money that we've budgeted for enterprise funds. So we're using existing budget money to pay prior year bills and current bills. So we've gone through, we've encumbered monies, we've estimated for any May bill that will come in June bill. We have requested that they supplied us those bills no later than July 15th, so that they can get those invoices in, so we can do a further reconciliation. Simply asking this so that we can have those monies available and transfer to pay those bills. We would transfer within the accounts and do a full accounting and submit that back to council as a report.
Okay. And I remember when, at the subcommittee meetings, I don't remember who specifically brought it up, but it might have been you, about the issue of the fact that Jacobs basically hasn't been showing up to subcommittees to argue for their own issues. It would be nice if they would...
To answer your question, Councilor Steves, I brought that up as something that, obviously the water department comes in there, DPW.
Yeah, exactly.
But myself and the town manager has spoke on this to bring those individuals in there so that for accountability purposes and to see their faces.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Any other discussion? Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. First of all, maybe you mentioned it, but maybe for the public, could you please tell us who Jacobs is?
So our water and sewer are independently operated by contractors. Jacobs is our independent contractor for the wastewater treatment plant.
Okay, thank you. I do have a question, though. So it would seem to me that we would have budgeted these expenses in FY25, correct?
We did.
All right, and so that money was not paid to Jacobs.
Correct.
So where did that money go?
It went to retained earnings. So our retained earnings the previous year was approximately $2 million. When it got recertified at $2,527,886. So there's approximately about $500,000, and that included an encumbrance of $250,000. Don't quote me on those numbers. I'll get you the exact numbers. But it was roughly around $2 million that we had in retained earnings. That excess money, not spent, goes into retained earnings.
Okay, so
either spent or revenue over expenses.
So that money went into retained earnings, and was that money then spent, or is that still there that we could pay the bill from those funds?
We would have been able to pay it out of the retained earnings if we were able to do the meeting on June 29th. But we couldn't, and so you were only allowed to use water retained, sewer retained, curbside retained, and free cash. Those get certified yearly, but you have to appropriate them by June 30th. And because we didn't, they now revert back to await certification, recertification, or certification.
Okay. So if those monies get recertified, then will they become available?
The 1.9?
Well, from the retained earnings.
Yeah.
All right.
They become available for the following year. So when they certify free cash, all your retained earnings, that then becomes available for appropriation for whatever purpose. So for instance, we used sewer retained this year to do the wastewater treatment plant emergency boiler at about $278,000, and we used the River Crane Phase 2 for that change order that you loved for about $325,000.
Okay. So my last question then, and really the bottom line is will the town be at a deficit by spending this money to pay these bills?
No. The goal would be to use whatever FY26 that we possibly can and not touch FY27, but if we have to, we'll touch some of that. But that would come back to council. I'm not asking for authorization to pay anything out of FY27. I'm only asking authorization to allow us when we close out these accounts, the ability to transfer within those accounts and pay this FY25 unpaid bill
All right,
out
thank
of FY26. However, if we do not have enough, absolutely will not, any balance would come back to council to be asked for out of FY27. This is simply to balance out FY26 because we have till July 15th to be able to move it. We'd probably have her move it to whatever accounts within the budget FY26, add those monies, adjust it, and pay the bills that we need to pay.
Nothing further.
All set?
I'm sorry if this may be a rhetorical question, but because I don't know the answer, and maybe you don't. But why is it that we cannot use retained earnings and free cash and so forth after June 30th, but we can balance our books for another 2 weeks? That makes no sense at all.
So just if you're, all towns have the ability to spend right after the fiscal year.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. It's just state law at that point in time that you're allowed to do that and then be able to close out your books after the 15th. That way, recertification at the same time, you're also, you're closing out your fiscal year of 26 and moving, and as Christine has already done, open up 27. So everybody has that authorization. It's a state law that we're required to follow, and that's it. And it saves, it gives the department heads and the towns the ability, a little fudge factor to make sure any bills that came in late, that we can pay those bills.
No, I understand that, but my question is, why can't, I understand the state law, that's why I said it's probably a rhetorical question, but the state law prevents us from using the money that we would be able to pay the bills with.
I get you.
This makes no sense at all.
They set a time limit, so.
Appreciate it. Any further discussion at this? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to need an amendment on this, and I'll read it off if you'd like me to. Just need a motion and a second on it. So we're going to strike out the last word of funds on number 37, and then after funds, and Sharon, if you need a copy of this, I'll provide that to you, to add encumbered funds in the fiscal year 2026 sewer enterprise expense account 600440, and allow the town accountant to complete the necessary journal entries upon approval of the town manager, and the town manager provide a report to the town council upon completion, and is still required a 2/3 vote. So,
So moved.
there you go. Okay, this is the amendment. All those in favor of the amendment? 9-0. All right, back to the main motion. Do I need to read off this entire motion again for everybody?
No.
As amended, this main motion as amended. Any discussion on that? All those in favor? Oh, we got a roll call, I'm sorry, 2/3 vote. Go ahead, Sharon,
Right.
thank you.
Counselor Daniel.
Yes.
Counselor Grenier.
Yes.
Counselor Kelly.
Yes.
Counselor Klein.
No.
Counselor Steves.
Yes.
Counselor Provost.
Unwillingly.
Yes.
Counselor Lazo.
Yes.
Counselor Montigny.
Yes.
And Counselor Adams.
Yes. Can you read off the votes real quick?
Yeah,
What
because I
was
wasn't
it?
here, Council
8-1.
Klein.
8-1, it was.
8-1,
Yes.
Counselor Klein.
Yes, I know.
Okay, opposes, okay.
Correct.
Passes. All right, on to number 38. Vote to approve the fiscal year 26 town manager / DPW sewer transfer request of $187,000 to account number 600-440-550-400 compost from the following accounts: 600-440-543-100 sewer operations for amount of $108,000, 600-440-520-300 sewer collection amount of $4,000, and 600-440-583-000-89500 sewer reserve in the amount of $75,000.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Got a second? Any discussion on this? All those in favor? 9-0. 39. Vote to approve the fiscal year 26 town manager / DPW sewer transfer request of $15,000 from account number 600-440-525-100 sewer repair and maintenance of equipment to account 600-440-520-100 sewer maintenance operating.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second, any discussion on this? All those in favor? 9-0. 40, vote to approve fiscal year 26 town manager DPW sewer transfer request of $26,000 to account 600-440-58300-26582 plant capital maintenance from the following accounts: 600-440-574000 sewer uninsured $10,000, 600-440-576100 sewer legal $5,000, 600-440-58300-26581 sewer equipment capital amount of $11,000.
So moved.
First,
Second.
got a second? Discussion. All those in favor? 9-0. 41, vote to approve fiscal year 26 town manager DPW sewer transfer request of $16,000 from account 600-440-5203000 sewer collection systems to account 600-440-521100 natural gas.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion. All those in favor? 9-0. Vote to approve payment of prior fiscal year 2025 National Grid invoice in the amount of $10,521.24 for natural gas from the fiscal year 2026 sewer natural gas account 600-440-521100, required two-thirds vote.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion on this?
Roll call.
Roll call, please.
Councilor Grenier,
Yes.
Councilor Kelly,
Yes.
Councilor Klein,
Yes.
Councilor Steves,
Yes.
and Councilor Provost.
Yes.
Councilor Lazo,
Yes.
Councilor Montigny.
Yes.
Councilor Adams.
Yes.
Councilor Daniel.
Yes.
9-0.
Passes 9-0. 43, vote to approve a contract extension for the Mass Works grant for the completion of the River Crane Street Phase 1 by July 31st, 2026. Allow town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion on this? Councilor Steves?
Just a quick question. Do we have any timeline for Phase 2? I know they're finishing off Phase 1 pretty soon, but
September 30th?
that's the deadline for that one?
extension.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 44, vote to approve a contract extension for AF Amarillo for the completion of the River Crane Street Phase 1 construction by July 31st, 2026. Allow town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Second.
First and second, discussion. Councilor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, through you. Why are they requiring an extension?
There was a slight delay because we had to do some additional boring test and some other items, but I'll let Peg answer the rest of it for me.
If I may, through you, Chair, this was specific to the grant that was afforded to the McCarthys for their low moderate income residents to get fiber buried right at the corner of Hamilton and Crane. And so they were about to bury while we were finishing the road. We obviously didn't want them to break our new roads and sidewalk, so we all held for them to be able to finish that work as quick as possible. And they did. They did a great job. They came in. They finished within a week and a half as promised.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Mr. Town Manager?
And during that time, we were able to work through the other things that we had, such as reconfiguring the intersection of Hamilton and Hamilton and Crane, as well as that bump out that I mentioned earlier. So kind of worked to our favor that there was a delay to get that additional items rectified.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 44, vote to approve contract extension for AF Amarillo for the completion of East Main Street, construction by July 31st, 2026. Allow town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second made. Discussion on this one. Yeah, Councilor Klein?
Through you, same question to town manager. Why are they asking?
On East Main Street, that was the previous, when I said the borings were on East Main Street, so we had those additional soil testing done that just came in through Yankee Testing, so that will now move to completion. These are both zero-cost change orders or extensions, so there's no cost to the town. So it just allows them to finish up their work.
Thank you.
Any other discussion on this?
Are we on?
Councilor Kelly?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
we're on item number 44, correct?
45.
45.
We're on 45. Thank you, sorry. No, that's my bad.
No, good. Set.
Oh, good, thanks.
All right. Any further discussion? All's in favor? 9-0. 46. Vote to approve entering into an agreement with Zen City for civil space storyboard for $4,800 with the option to renew for up to 2 years using economic development and planning funds, account number 001180-530000. Allow town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Thank you. Need a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on this? Yeah, I'm sorry, this was through P&D. Councilor Daniel?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, through you. Items 46 through 49 were all approved unanimously by the P&D Subcommittee.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor? 9-0. 47, vote to approve an amendment and extension to the CDBG fiscal year 22-23 grant to move the last remaining funds as needed between activities with the approval of the town manager to reconcile accounts, cover salaries, and allow for optimum use of funds by September 30th, 2026. Allow town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Second.
First and a second. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? 9-0. 47. I'm sorry, 48.
I got to recuse myself.
Yes. Let me note that Councilor Kelly is recusing himself at this point. So 48, vote to approve the town manager entering into agreement to increase the scope of North Street construction to include ADA ramps, improved driveway aprons, and crosswalk using CDBG fiscal year 24 funds not to exceed $50,000 and allow town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on this one? Yeah, Councilor Montague.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, maybe to the town manager, are these improved driveway aprons just on North Street? Are they for every house and business on North Street? Are they also in, like, the rest of the project meaning like, you know, lens and benefit and stuff like that? Thank you.
Yeah, Ms. Dean.
Sure. If I may, through you, Chair, there are all the driveways on the north side of North Street, so on the side of the Greek church. This was brought to the town's attention by Kevin Splain early on, that there might be some issues with that street. So we did have enough left after the bid to be able to address these. And it will include one driveway on the south side of the street.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilor Steves?
Yeah, just to clarify. Peg, hold on. Why were those, I'm not clear on why those ones, only those ones, did the other ones just not need it? Or why were those ones chosen?
If I may, through you, I can't speak to the drafting of the original scope. I wasn't responsible for it. It was the prior DPW director. And so then it was inherited by the interim DPW director and then brought to bid. I think it was known that it was an unfortunately slightly vague bid. And so we're lucky that ML Partlow was very honest. They came in with a low bid and they've been very honest about what we do and don't need. But as I brought up in the subcommittee meeting, because this isn't discovered, this isn't, we should have known this. I treated it differently than the bid would normally, where it would potentially be a change order. Yeah. In this case, we actually went out for quotes, so Partlow may or may not get the quote. Mm-hmm. And the reason that this doesn't state the contractor is because the quotes are open until the 15th. Okay. The contract for all work is supposed to end by, quickly. And so I thank you in advance for allowing me to go ahead with this quote with the lowest, whomever comes in lowest, and we're hoping Partlow will because he's already out there and mobilized. And because it's under $50,000, we're allowed to do that.
No, I get that, but that's not what I asked. I was asking why is it that only some of these are being done and not all of them. There's a bunch of other driveways and stuff down there
Okay, yes, so.
on that whole project. They're all over the place.
Right, may I, through you, Chair?
ahead.
So, to the technical question about the height of your curbs versus your road, if you actually look at North Street, you'll notice that is it's one single curb. It's one giant, right, curb. Maybe someone in the industry could help me along here. But it's, because it's one large curb, and it's higher, it's not able to be easily adjusted the same way the other side of the street is. And forgive me, I can't remember the name of the word.
That's okay.
It's
Doing fine.
What's that? I'm fired,
You're
yeah.
doing fine.
Oh, I'm doing fine. I thought you said you're fired.
You're talking about the differential.
There he
Poured
is.
concrete, but he used, okay, so it's poured concrete compared to granite, but it was, they used Partlow used a word for describing the way that the curb was laid. And so because of the situation, we need to address just that side of the street.
Okay.
Yes, forgive me for not being the road expert. I missed my basic roads course because I was being audited.
Thank you, Ms. Dean, I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Councilor Steves, anything else on this? No. Okay, any other discussion? All those in favor? 8-0, and Councilor Kelly has recused himself.
Thank you.
Thank you. '49, vote to approve the extension to the CDBG fiscal year '24 contract to September 30th, 2026, allow town manager to sign all related paperwork.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Second, all right. Discussion on this one. Mr. Town Manager,
I
yes.
think originally, when this came to the subcommittee, it was through till July. However, CDBG has requested they like to do things by the quarter, so I did the amendment. I think we had discussed it at that meeting, and that's why it's to September 30th, because it's through the quarters.
I believe we did discuss that, yes, thank you. All right, any other discussion on that? All those in favor? 9-0. All right, 50, vote to confirm the town council rules and regulations.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second.
Thank you. All right, obviously this is the rules or regulations, and as I mentioned earlier today, we'll be trying to set up an ad hoc committee to address these rules and regulations. All right, any discussion on that? Councilor Steves.
Mr. Chairman, if that's the case, then should we take it and send it down to DrenGov for discussion rather than approving it now?
Well, that's a good question. Last time we did it, we set up an ad hoc committee. Ad hoc committee
Or to the
reported
ad
right
hoc,
to
whichever. Yeah.
the ad hoc committee reported right to the town council. Town council voted on it right away instead of going through 3 different layers.
I mean, if we want to send it straight to the ad hoc committee, that's fine. But I mean, in that case, we don't want to vote a yes on this right now.
But thank you, I appreciate it. All right. Any other discussion? All those in favor? 9-0.
I said no.
You said no?
No.
And
So, I'm
Councilor
sorry.
Sorry, 7-2.
7-2,
Yeah, no.
Councilor Steves and Councilor Klein. Vote no. All right, 50, well, what do we do with 51 here? You struck it out. So we'll go right on to 52, which is Councilor's Forum. Councilor Montigny.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to extend congratulations to both you and Councilor Kelly on your appointments to Chair and Vice Chair. And thank you very much to Peg Dean for wearing all the hats tonight, Economic Development, answering DPW Director questions too. Thank you.
Very true. Thank you. Councilor Steves?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
I have a couple of things I want to bring up. First of all, I just wanted to mention to everybody out there who is interested, the concerts on the Common are obviously resuming. And the Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m. with Basketville, I can't even read my own handwriting, Barefoot in Margaritaville, a Buffett tribute band. Also, I wanted to mention that Jack and I have talked to, and I've been talking to a couple of people about doing a communications website ad hoc. And so I know there's a couple of people out there who expressed interest in doing it. I'm not sure exactly, is this something, I don't know if we would need to appoint it up here or if we can go straight to the town manager's office. I don't know if the people would actually need to be appointed by us or if he could just do it. I'm not sure exactly how that would work, to be honest with you, since I've never set up an ad hoc. But anyway, so I've also been in talks with a couple of other communities to get some ideas. And I sat down with Jack and Victor and Paul for a while last week. So it is moving forward, and we're going to need as much input as we can get from people, because obviously there's a lot of stuff to get done on this one, especially dealing with fixing the website. And I think we're probably going to start with doing some sort of a survey to the residents to see what they want, and take a look at dive into the website to see what works and what doesn't work. Okay. But obviously we need people to do that first. So if anybody's interested out there, please contact me or the manager, and then we can set some people together. We're looking for maybe 5 or 7. We're not looking for a zillion people. It's got to be manageable. Also, I wanted to ask about, let's see. Oh, also, I wanted to mention that you mentioned seeking people to express interest in their subcommittees. I'd be interested in Gen Gov and P&D. Okay, so I'll tell you right now. Also, I wanted to bring up if we can get some regular updates, maybe on the agendas going forward, from boards and commissions and departments as presentations, because it would help communication between us and the other town boards and commissions, and get an idea what they're working on, what they need from us. It might make it a little easier, so we all know what's going on. And the last thing I wanted to point out is you mentioned the town hall earlier. You mentioned the town manager's review. That was one of the things I was going to bring up. Also, on 39 Elm. Mr. Manager, would you mind giving us a quick explanation for the public of why the council bought that building, what it'll cost us to use it? I know you and I talked about it at some length a couple of days ago, and I was hoping you could kind of explain it for the public, because when it was voted, there was like 15 seconds, there was no discussion. And I think the public really needs to know what's going on with that building.
If I can.
I will state this, the town manager did explain it at the last session to the public. He went through a whole laundry list of items, and I'm sure he'd be happy to bring it back maybe at the next meeting to explain, if we would like to do that. That way he has all of his notes in there to explain it again. But he did do that, Councilor Steves, at last session. I want to say like June or May. Yeah, it was at a council meeting.
Okay.
So I know it's also on YouTube as well.
I was there, but okay.
If I may.
Well, we follow up with you, absolutely. Go ahead, Town Manager.
I did outline all the timeline and everything as part of my town manager's announcements.
Okay.
I can gladly send you the bullet points that I did state that. I do believe with the building committee that we do establish that we would incorporate 39 Elm Street into that further discussion.
That's probably a good thing.
Today, Representative, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
Representative Marcy reached out to me today because there's an economic development bond bill that's going through, and he needed by 5 o'clock any recommendations. So I did put in a request for him to ask for some money for that building. So he put in for 1.5 million into the bond bill. We'll see where that bond bill goes, but
right.
And specifically I stated, elevator roof, and something else within the sprinkler system updates. Okay. So he was going to ask for 1 point. He said 1 million good. I asked for 1.5. So that's what he was going to put in. So,
good.
Yep.
Thank you.
Steve, anything else?
No, I think that'll do it. Thank you.
We're going to push it over to Councilor Library.
Just a quick comment on 39 Elm. If we could have got into it a little earlier, we got a lot cheaper. 39 Elm was, the council felt purchasing 39 Elm would be an option for councils of the future to have options. We bought it as a tear down. If we thought, if you want to tear it down, make it a parking lot. The parking lot's condemned, it has to be taken down. Then all of a sudden, options came up, they said, get a building committee. So they said, well, you could take out just the mansion and use the commercial property. So what happened was, it went to the planning board. The chiefs came in, they said, I don't know, 47 apartments, 1.5 cars. There's no way it would have worked. They ended up voting it down. The thing was, in the parking lot, when it got voted down, then the buyers were going to go 40B. 40B is when they go over your planning board for low-income housing. You have no say. The out of the deal comes in is when the owner wants to sell it to the town and not to those people that wanted to purchase it. They had a double purchase and sale date. They went beyond the second purchase and sale date, and that's when the town moved on it with a purchase and sale. and we moved forward on it. The thing is, today, as I said, it's still the best thing that council could have done. It was a unanimous vote. It wasn't like half went this way and a quarter went that way. The bottom line is you have control over your parking area because we had no parking. You now have control over whatever you want it to be. I know that the town hall renovations, the gentleman to the left of me wants to sit on where it's already been picked, to sit on the renovations. If you go into the building, I want all you councilors to tour that building. If you want to move your finance department, school administration, there's a bank in there with the vault and everything. You can take to make space in the town hall, whatever your flavor is. We didn't have a flavor. We just said, take control of 39 Elm and then leave it for the future to work on it. And as the town manager said, the state rep called, money in the shoe. Whatever you want it to make it to be, you can do. If you don't, you just want to take it down, you're going to be selling your fire department. If somebody buys it, says, I want to make a brewery, where are they going to park? The municipal parking lot's already gobbled up by apartments on the Edwards building. So going forward, the direction was to take control of your parking, take control of the neighborhood for the town, and I think it's still good money spent for the future of Southbridge as other councils go forward, whether it's this one or the next one. I think you're sitting in the crow's nest to make good decisions on that property. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Lazo. Do you want to continue on for your council's forum portion?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I would just like to say, happy birthday, America, 250. Let's appreciate our freedom and thank the ones that defend it. I'd like to congratulate the school committee members that were elected. They have a road ahead. We are pretty unified with the school committee as far as receivership. I think it's going to work out very well in the upcoming year, from what I hear out of Boston. I'd like to congratulate the new councilors. There's a lot to learn. Enjoy the ride. The campaign's the fun. The work begins. I've done it year in and year out, various boards and commissions. But it's going to be a great time for all you councilors to work together. The last council disagreed, but still, it was a working council together. I'd like to congratulate the chair, the vice chair. I've always been big supporters of both these gentlemen in their re-election bids or their quest for other offices. The only thing I can tell you is they're two fine gentlemen that are highly respected. The chairman has the finesse, the experience, the knowledge. He served in every capacity to be the chairman. He's the man for the job. The vice chairman, analytical guy. He's a lawyer. He's outstanding. He's going to be a good vice chairman. The thing is this council ready to work together? I say it is. Some people said, Lazo, you're gone. You're done. Scott Lazo's never done, and he never goes away. I love my town, and I'm going to continue to work for the people of Southbridge. I'm going to be on some committee somewhere. I have a year left. I'm going to make it a great year for the town council, to work together to accomplish some of the things that we already started. Finish the fire station, start the animal shelter. The road program that we have right now with our DPW head and our men, we're poised to continue the road work, to continue the TIPS project, Central Street. All this is already in the chute. The only thing we can do is build on that great foundation. School building committee, you're going to be looking for renovations. The town hall renovation, capital improvement, continuous work on the trail. There's so many things going on in Southbridge. But one thing that people do know, something's happening here. And I think Mr. Daniels on the side of me always said, why not Southbridge? Well, for the last 9 years, we are going to do it in Southbridge. We're going to continue to do it. It's happening. Drive around your neighborhoods. Go down to Crane Street. It doesn't look like a blight anymore. With all the trail and the renovations to the road, the granite curbing, the way they're approaching it at DPW in a quadrant of roads, and then they go away, it's done. Let's work together, continue to do the job. Mr. Chairman, anything I can do for you and your administration, ask and I will be there for you.
Thank you,
very
Councilor.
much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Councilor Grenier.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Both positions are well-deserved. And I'd also like to thank you to all of the Southbridge residents that voted for me. Have the confidence in what I could do and what I hope to do, along with the rest of the town council. Look forward to a busy 3 years. And also, going on what Gus said, the concerts on the Common start this next Sunday is a precursor to the Gateway Theater production of Escape to Margaritaville, which will be going up at the end of July, July 31st, August 1st, and August 2nd. So come on down and listen to what you're in for. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Provost.
Thank you, Chair, through you. Congratulations to you and Councilor Kelly and all the new candidates, councils. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Councilor Klein.
Congratulations to both the chair and vice chair. Well deserved. And I also want to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to the voters of Southbridge. Thank you for your trust, your support, and your belief in a vision of government that's accountable, transparent, and committed to working proactively on behalf of every resident. And I'm truly honored to represent this community. I also want to extend my support to my fellow councilors. We share a responsibility to move Southbridge forward, and I am committed to working collaboratively, constructively, and with a shared purpose. Our success depends on our ability to operate as a unified body, and one that listens, plans, and acts with professionalism and respect. Together, we can advance an agenda that strengthens our town, improves public trust, and delivers meaningful results for the people we serve. One of the most urgent matters before us is the ongoing collective bargaining agreement for Southbridge firefighters. These negotiations must continue with seriousness, diligence, and respect for the essential service our firefighters provide. All reasonable avenues should be utilized to move these negotiations forward, including the option of an extended day bargaining session with structured breaks to ensure progress. Our firefighters deserve a fair, timely, and responsible agreement, and I'm committed to supporting efforts that bring this process to a successful conclusion. In addition, I would like to propose that we work on a 24-month bylaw establishing a moratorium on data centers. This bylaw is essential to allow Southbridge to plan proactively rather than reactively. A moratorium will give us the time needed to evaluate environmental impacts, infrastructure demands, zoning considerations, and long-term financial implications. Responsible planning requires information, and this bylaw will ensure that we gather the facts before making decisions that shape the future of our community for decades. I'd also like to propose that we do a finance advisory committee to strengthen fiscal oversight and enhance transparency. This committee will support long-term financial stability by assisting with budget development, reviewing financial policies, evaluating internal controls, and providing structured analysis of contracts and capital planning. A strong financial framework is the backbone of effective governance, and this committee would help ensure Southbridge financial decisions are thoughtful, transparent, and aligned with the town's long-term needs. And finally, we must continue to improve our own internal standards, and I will advocate for further strengthening town council rules and regulations with a particular focus on enhancing the councilor code of conduct and reinforcing civility in local government. Our residents and employees deserve a council that models professionalism, respect, and ethical behavior at all times. Strengthening these standards is essential to maintaining public trust and ensuring that every resident and employee feels respected and heard. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Yeah.
I just want to follow up because I've heard it twice this evening. We are in active negotiations with the fire department.
We have set up meetings. They have been very productive meetings. I would say that we're closer than we thought we were. So I don't want the public out there to think that we have not been actively engaged. We are actively engaged with the fire department. We were with them on July 1st. We have 2 meetings already scheduled. I mean, so we are progressing with this collective bargaining agreement. So just for everybody out there, it's not stalled. It is ongoing, and to the, we don't negotiate in public with these collective bargaining agreements, but we are actively engaged, unlike some communities that are stalled with their fire departments or their bodies. We have had very good conversations about how we want to move forward in the town of Southbridge. So just for everybody out there, we're in a good place of where we're going to negotiate. So we will be coming to council pretty soon with an update, but it's ongoing, and it's been very productive on that front. I just want that for the public, because I know social media will ramp it up. I just wanted that out there.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Town Manager. Just so you know, we earlier discussed, and Town Manager have discussed this already, have an executive session meeting at our next Town Council meeting to see where the updates are, and for the new councilors along with some of us older councilors. So appreciate it. And thank you for the comments. Appreciate it. Councilor Daniel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to congratulate Honest Town Eats for their recognition as being the best small-town restaurant in Massachusetts by the Taste of Home online magazine. And as I thought about that and wanting to mention it tonight, I just thought generally about food. As you can tell, I like food. And last weekend, I was at the Cohasset Country Club restaurant, Cohasset Golf Club restaurant, where I received a fine meal. My wife and I were there for our anniversary, and we had a wonderful meal there. Great place to go. It is open to the public. You don't need to be a member to go there. They're open every day as far as I know now, so please, they're open for lunch and dinner. And then I thought about it a little bit more. You know, we have Fins and Tails, the Bistro, we have the Golden Greek, we have the Dark Horse, we have the Shades. There are a lot of other restaurants that I can't even think of off the top of my head, fine Asian restaurants, pizza houses, cafes, pubs, coffee shops. Really, if you want something, it's here in town. There is no reason to leave town to get a good meal. I really encourage everyone here to patronize our local businesses. When you're thinking of a good meal, why not Southbridge? Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Mr. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you. Councilor Daniel, I 100% agree. There are plenty of great restaurants in town. I frequent them quite often. I actually did recently go to the reincarnation of the Cohasset Club's restaurant, and it was very good. So I encourage everybody to look local for food. I would like to thank my fellow council members on my election to the vice chair. I appreciate your vote. I hope I can assist the chairman in moving this council and this town forward. Very much looking forward to working with him, as well as all of you. I want to congratulate Councilor Klein and Councilor Grenier on your election to the council. Welcome. I'm very much looking forward to working with both of you. You ran great campaigns with lots of great issues, and I really liked your energy, so I'm really looking forward to working with you. Councilor Steves, welcome back. And I got on council, I believe, the year you left, so I've never got a chance to work with you, so I'm working on, I'm really looking forward to working with you as well. So in any event, really looking forward to the coming year. We have a lot of things to do, and I think we're going to get a lot done. And happy birthday, America. 250 years. Wow. It's quite a feat in this world that a great experiment happened that was announced in the Declaration of Independence, still around after 250 years. And we have problems in this country, there's no doubt. We have disagreements, there's no doubt. We have disagreements on a local level, no doubt. But the point is, you can tell democracy is still healthy in this country. because of what happens on the local level. And that is where the rubber meets the road, and that is where democracy really happens. So I encourage all of our citizens to get involved, come out, get on committees, but above all, vote, exercise your right to vote as you did this past election. I was very, very impressed with the voter turnout. Can't say that enough. And it just it just told me that as much as some people may fear what's going on in the federal level, at the local level, democracy is alive and well and thriving. So, thank you.
Thank you. Agenda item number 53, discussion of next meeting dates. Mr. Vice Chair.
Yes, our next meeting is Monday, July 27th at 7 p.m. in this council chamber.
Thank you very much. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?